So hello class. Actually, from the last lecture, de Broglie wave equation, we started learning or study of the dual behavior of the matter. The dual behavior of the matter. And in the same sequence, this theory that is called uncertainty principle, the theory given by Heisenberg called Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. This theory is actually one of the milestones to resolve all the problems related to the dual behavior of the matter. Actually, this theory explained about the particles having dual behavior, but simultaneously we cannot consider both the behavior, and whenever we are going to be calculate dual behavior of the matter, the precisely we can calculate any one of them at a time. He actually stated that it is impossible to calculate accurately and precisely the velocity change and the position change of any particle simultaneously. The meaning of this sentence is we cannot calculate accurately and precisely the momentum of the particle and position of the particle at the time. We cannot calculate. We can calculate any one of them only. We can calculate any one of them only at a time, precisely and accurately. So this is the theory who actually given in 1927, who stated that it is not possible to determine simultaneously the position and the momentum of a moving microscopic particle with absolute accuracy. And for that, he given a minimum value that always will be uncertain during a calculator. During a calculation, he actually given a one value. Look at the value. Mathematically, he observed and calculated. Whenever we are going to learn, we are going to determine the position change, delta x position change and momentum change simultaneously, we must have at least the difference, the value variation is equal to h upon 4 pi or greater than that. And that is the reason the product of delta x and delta p always equal to or greater than h upon 4 pi. This is called uncertainty product. The momentum change and position change simultaneously cannot be calculated. Suppose, what is the significance? And we try to explain the real meaning of this. Let's discuss about that more clearly and practically how he actually examined all these things. Suppose there is a nucleus. And this is a path of electron. This is path of electron. Suppose this is the path of electron. We are knowing to calculate the position of the particle, we must be irradiate the X-rays on the given particle. To observe the position, we must be pass the X-rays, because X-ray with a high energy radiation can penetrate through all the body. So for calculation, for determination of the position of the particle, we must be applying the X-rays to the atoms or molecules that will observe the position of the electron. Let the radiation of X-ray passed through the atom to calculate the position of the electron, mind it. Until unless the radiation will strike, the radiation will just strike with electron, then only can find out the position. Then only can find out the position. And for that, electron is, we knowing, electron is a microscopic particle. A size is very small. A size is very small. So to calculate the exact position of that electronic particle, the wavelength of the radiation used should be very low. Find it. The wavelength of the radiation should be very low because the lower wavelength radiation can collide with electron to determine the exact position. So if we want to calculate the exact position with a perfect accuracy of the electron around the nucleus, we must use a lower wavelength radiation of X-ray that will be collide or strike with electron and take a position of the electron precisely and accurately. So lower wavelength. Now the problem is, according to Planck's theory, the lower wavelength has a very high energy. The energy is inversely proportional to lambda wavelength. So as we decreases the wavelength of the radiation, the energy will be a very high, a greater energy of the radiation obtained. So because of the accurately calculation, a precise calculation of the position of the electron, wavelength should be a lower, that will increase the energy of the radiation, and when radiation is strike with the electron, it will disturb the velocity of the electron because of the high energy. High energy radiation will possess high kinetic energy, and whenever the high kinetic energy particle strike with the electron, that will transfer some amount of energy to the electron, that will disturb the velocity because of the force application. So we can find out the exact position of electron, but the velocity is disturbed. The expected path of electron, that will be, but because of the radiation of the X-ray, when it collide with electron, the observed velocity will be this, and this is called uncertainty in velocity. So whenever we are going to calculate the position of the particle accurately with 100% accuracy, wavelength should be lower, that will disturb the velocity, causes uncertainty in velocity. And if you want to calculate the velocity of the particle, energy will be smaller, energy should be smaller, that will decrease the value of, that will increase the value of lambda, and because of that, see at the condition, if the wavelength will be greater, the wavelength will not collide with the electron because the radiation will bend around to the particle called diffraction condition. The diffraction condition is when light radiation bend around the microscopic particles. So the problem is, we can calculate velocity, but we cannot find out the position because radiation will not collide with particle like electron, and the position, the accurate position cannot be calculated. So Heisenberg proved it experimentally. The position and momentum or position change or momentum change accurately cannot be find out for a microscopic particle simultaneously. This is all about the uncertainty principle. Mathematical calculation, you can take example. You can take example of electron. You can take an example of electron. Suppose, look at the condition. Delta P, that is called momentum change, equal to mv, mass and velocity. Mass never be changed. Mass should be constant actually. We actually assume that mass would be constant. So velocity will be changed. So h upon 4 pi m for electron. If you wish to calculate for electron, look at the value. Delta x, delta v, 6.67 10 to the power minus 34. 4, 5, and calculation, there will be one value now. There will be value. I think I'm also not calculated. I have also not calculated. So anyone help me calculate this value with the help of calculator and calculate the value. What will be the exact value? Anyone calculate it? Students, the product value is equal to or greater than this value, 5.8 to the power minus 5. So if you put the value of delta x correctly, you can calculate the uncertainty in velocity. This is uncertainty in velocity and this is called uncertainty in position. By putting any one of the value precisely, you can find out the uncertainty in the position. Suppose if the velocity of light, velocity of electron is around the velocity of light. Suppose the exact value of velocity is not given here. I'm not adding. The exact value of velocity of electron is actually near about the velocity of light. So when you put the value of delta V, which is very low, the delta x will be very high because this is inversely proportional to each other. Because of delta x and delta V is inversely proportional to each other. Low uncertainty in delta V will increase the delta x value. So students, always this will be one of the significant that we cannot actually accurately calculate the position of the particles around the nucleus because of the microscopic condition, and we are knowing the particle having a very high velocity. So in the Bohr's model, as the particle said, as the postulate said, electrons are definite in the different orbits. This will be one of the violation of this theory. This will be violation of this theory. Actually, Heisenberg examined it and proved that there would be only a probability of finding the electron around the nucleus accurately we cannot say that where the electrons are present, because the position cannot be calculated exactly because of the very high velocity. Because of the very high velocity. So if we calculate velocity accurately, we cannot calculate delta x accurately. You should be go through the numerical concept given in the book. Just find out the delta x and delta v product are any given like a tennis ball, like a grain particle, sand particle given in your book. For example, the question asked by one of the student is about based on the same uncertainty condition. Based on the same uncertainty condition. So you should at least solve one or two numerical based on the same. Calculation pattern will be as similar as explained here. The delta x or delta p, any one of them will be given, and they will ask about the uncertainty in the other one. Suppose the delta v value is given, so you should calculate the value of delta x by the formula. Same formula, simple. Mass will be given for the any particle. One more thing. If you can see now, if the mass will be very high for a macroscopic particle, you know that the mass will be very greater, so this product will be a very smaller and can be neglected. So Heisenberg also proved that the uncertainty condition is only applicable for microscopic particle with a very, very low mass, because then only delta x and delta will be very high. As soon the m will be increases, this product will be decreases because of the inversely proportional condition. So this is only applicable for a microscopic particle with a high velocity. Microscopic particle with a high velocity. This is all about the Heisenberg uncertainty principles. Now we can move towards the next wave mechanical model. The wave mechanical model, that is called a theoretical concept of a quantum model. In your syllabus, in your level, the quantum model is given as a theoretical portion only, because there are very important numericals and mathematical concept based, but you are not going through that. In 11th and 12th level, the Heisenberg and this quantum mechanical model of Schrodinger, the name of the scientist, is actually based on the only some theoretical concept. Let's learn about that. One by one. Quantum mechanical model, actually Schrodinger observed that the electron, if assumed as a wave, then all the numerical data based on the wave function of the electron. And according to that, he actually proposed a quantum mechanical model of atom. I'm dictating the quantum mechanical model. You can note down from the video uploading. The electron in atom have only quantized value of energy. The explanation of this line is only when the electron having a circular motion or elliptical motion around the nucleus, always a quantized called a specific fixed value of energy, that is called quanta. And whenever electron jumping from the one level to the another level, that quantized value radiation emitted or absorbed by the electron, which can be calculated by the Planck's theory, P equal to h nu, where frequency associated with the radiation. The wave function indicated by psi, this is a symbol of psi called wave function of electron, because we assumed electron as a wave nature. The wave function is psi simply a function of coordinates of electron and has no physical significance. However, the psi square gives probability of finding the electron at that point. Actually, he explained that electrons can be probably found at any other direction around the nucleus, not in only a circular or spherical manner. That actually put forward the concept of structures of different orbitals. That will be a next topic of your chapter. Students, if there is a probability of finding the electron only around the nucleus, the electron would be at any direction, at any place, which is indicated by wave function of electron, and maximum probability of finding the electron, that is called orbital, indicated by psi square. Next postulate is about, by finding psi square, we can find out the different orbitals. Actually, this is called different types of orbitals. There are different axes, x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, and in between x, y, z, there are maximum possibilities are there. Electron can be present at any of the axes, in between the axes, or out of the plane, in the plane, depending upon the nature and energy of the electron. That's why if we just knowing the value of psi square, we can find out the probability of electron around the nucleus at a given point. That is the meaning of that. Since an electron can have many wave functions according to the coordinates, we are knowing that there are different coordinates, so there is many possibility to find out the psi square. So there are many orbitals also can be find out at the around the nucleus. Different orbitals can be around the nucleus because there are many psi square probability around the nucleus according to coordinates of the electronic wave function. What you have to learn from the quantum mechanical model? According to quantum mechanical model, electron treat as a wave function which has a probability to finding around the nucleus at any axis, at different axes with a different coordinates, and where the maximum probability of finding the electron is, that is called orbital around the nucleus. Orbital around the nucleus. There will be different orbitals possible around the nucleus because there are many calculations, many results of psi square according to the Schrodinger wave equation. So you should learn the theoretical consequence, the quantum mechanical model, because the numerical concept is not your level. It's not your level. From next day, tomorrow, we'll discuss about the quantum number, one of the important topic from your syllabus. And from tomorrow topic, actually, the chapter, the significance of the chapter will be start. Because all the theory that will be coming in the next part, that theory is only important for you, the all concept in the inorganic chemistry. Quantum model, orbital structures, different orbitals name, their shape, geometries, everything. So we'll discuss about tomorrow. Today, I'm concluding my lecture here only. Thank you.